Today what we want to do is do a quick overview of the mini crane, what comes with it, what you should expect when it arrives, and we'll set up the coin mechanism, which is probably the most common thing that people who are new to crane machines, they run into when they first get the machine. So when you get the machine, it's going to be wrapped up. You see we got some other ones lined up here. It'll be strapped to a pallet. We do ship these all freight. Do a visual inspection. You're going to get a manual, a power cord, 4 keys, some extra bolts. You do get an extra string that comes along with it. This piece here, a lot of people look at this and wonder, what is it? It's actually, you can attach it to the back and it provides some stability if you're going to have the machine freestanding or it's not in a position to where you're able to secure it. So that's what that is. It's an optional accessory. And up here you've got your display box, which is really cool actually. You've got 3 little screws in there. You'll need an Allen to remove those, but it lights up. You put the ducks in there or the little toys or whatever trinkets you have in there. It displays them prominently. It's a real great attraction for the machine. On the back of the machine, you've got your access panel to your main board. You've got the handle. If you need to roll it, it does have wheels on the back. And then you've got hooks to mount it to the wall, which is another way to secure it. So what we'll do in this particular one, we're going to set up for tokens. So it'll be a one coin play, 1 token. It's going to be set up as sort of a reward system. And we'll go ahead and plug it in and get started real quick. So you just get your power cord. Plug it in. If you need to switch the main power on, it will be up is on. And you can see it all lit up in its full glory. One of the new additions we've done on this run, and each batch we get in, we try to make subtle little improvements to the machines. We do have the high visibility coin acceptor on these. It's just basically more of an attraction mode. You've got your display screen there. Here's the little display box that I was talking about earlier. You take those 3 screws out. See inside up there. So you're gonna have 4 keys in there. The keys are color coded. It's 2 separate keys. The reason for that is if you have somebody else servicing your machines or an employee, and you don't want them to have access to money, then they can get inside the machine, fill it up, and they won't have the key to get into the money portion. Working with one hand here, so bear with me. Got the keys real quick. So you can see the keys either has a blue ring around it or a yellow ring, blue ring, and then the keys have a yellow or blue plastic handle on them. The only one that doesn't is to want to get into the main cabinet. So we're going to do we have a blue ring there. So the first thing we're going to do is get into that one. Now when we get into here, this is, see, before I even do that, I guess what we'll do is, what a lot of people do is they get the machine and they put the coin in there and they say, well, it's not taking my coin, or the coin goes straight through. So all of these mechanisms, they have what's called a coin comparator. And what it is really just literally a spring. You can see right here, it says replace coin. You actually put a coin inside of there. So this spring pops this up. And again, I'm working with one hand, so I'll put it down here for a second and then show you the final. But you can see, push upward, it's on a spring, you'll feel it. And then there's a little slot in there that you actually put the coin in. And that's it. You've got an actual coin in there, and that's your comparator. So now that a coin drops through, it compares it to the coin that's in that slot, and it knows now to accept that coin. So in this case, you know, we don't need to change the mechanism if it's a quarter versus a token. This is a 0.984 token we're using here. We just simply change the coin we're putting in it. So since we're doing a token, we're just going to do a one play setup, or one coin. Default's going to be 2 coins. Inside of here is this is your control. On here you'll see just from left to right, you've got your up and your down toggles. You have your volume. So if you want to adjust the sound, second one over right there, that's going to be your volume. Then you got some menu controls. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the mode button to go into our settings. And toggle down, we're going to go into system settings. We are going to do coins per credit. So we are going to change this to 1. And then we are going to exit out. Get back to our main screen. And now you can see 1 coin per play. That's going to be the appropriate setting for a token. In this case, if you've got a location where you're using tokens and you have a certain monetary value assigned to the tokens, you can really do, I mean, you can have $1 token value, and in that case you'd only accept 1 coin. So but this particular machine's going into basically a typical location where it's actually just going to be a reward system for kids who do well. They're going to get a token and they get to go play the crane machine. So that's kind of what to expect when you receive your mini crane. Like I said, the most common thing is people say, well, it's not accepting coins. So, but that's what you got to do there. If you were to do a quarter, it's the same thing. You just put a quarter in there, and then you just set the number of quarters you want to play. So if you were doing $1, you set it for 4. And you just close it back up. And this particular one is set up, ready to go. The only other thing, you know, when you first get your machine, you're going to see this, well, you may not be able to see it very clearly, but there's basically cable ties in there that hold the gantry tight on the claw in place for shipping. We don't want everything moving around. You do need to cut those. There is a small one on that string as well. Don't cut through your string, and make sure you get all of them cut off. There's another one hidden back here usually. And they're on there pretty tight. So just make sure you get them all. Your gantry should move left to right, forward, back freely with your hand. You should be able to freely move it if all of the cable ties are cut. So that's it. Quick little overview, and we'll be posting more of these as we continue to work through these. Thanks. Have a great day.